Good afternoon. Welcome to our Thursday Live. No matter where in the world you are watching, we want you to feel welcome. We want you to feel inspired and see me as the instrument to inspire. To our family and friends in Switzerland, the Tjhoko family, Michelle has also recently opened her Tjhoko store in Switzerland. Please join and follow her Switzerland Tjhoko Instagram page. It is so inspirational. And then you are with me in my store today in St. Francis, and sit back, relax, enjoy. I'm going to share with you what we are currently busy with to prepare for the store for our Saturday opening. So I'm going to, first of all, there were requests, and I'm going to show step by step how to do a whitewash or a lime wash technique. Now, very important is that this technique can only be done on a raw cement, raw brick or raw wood surface. And welcome to my fellow South African friends and family. Before I continue, I have Magda, one of our Tjhoko Champs finalists from Rietbron, with me in the store. So Magda, my heart is so warm to know that you're in the store. She's hiding because she said she's not fond of cameras, but she's here, and her positive and creative vibes and energy is with me in the store while I'm doing this today. So first of all, the surface is raw brick, raw cement, raw wood. Now I'm going to change the color. Although the technique says whitewash, the color does not need to be white. You can do it with any color. The main tip is that you don't want to cover the entire wooden surface with paint. You're just washing it onto the surface so that the raw surface actually absorbs the color. So I have a damp cloth. I have some davit. I am now close to a coastal area, so I like, colors in your area grow on you. That's really the case. So I'm just adding some davit to my cloth. I'm actually going to, for the camera purposes, just work on a darker wood surface. Okay. And I have paint in my damp cloth. Something that I also like to do is just to dampen your surface before you start the washing technique, because the wetness of the surface actually helps with the distribution of the paint color on your surface. So I first wet my surface with some water. Now I am using my dirty section on my cloth and I'm wiping the paint on. So I still want to see the grain of the wood, some of the natural color of the wood, so I'm not covering it completely. Always make sure that your edges are done nicely and neat as well. So that's whitewash, lime wash. How easy is that? If you do it on a furniture piece, make sure that you're working on a raw timber surface, not something that has a varnish coat on it. The varnish coat will actually prevent the paint from absorbing into the surface. Next, I'm going to use a Tjhoko stencil. The code of this stencil is MC011-15. You can find this under the 15 by 15 centimeter range, or inquire from your nearest Tjhoko stockist. I'm placing the stencil on my block. I am using a stencil brush. Now for the Australians that are watching, it has nice hard bristles so that the paint actually, the bristles don't move underneath your stencil, but that it really just moves on top of your stencil. I'm dipping my stencil brush in my paint, and we've done it so many times, and I'm sorry for those that have already seen this technique. We so often get new family members on this group. I remove excess paint from my brush on an old rag, old newspaper. I secure my stencil with masking tape. In this case, masking tape won't work because my surface has recently been washed. So the masking tape won't stick. So I'm pressing it down with my free hand and I'm moving in circular motion. Now I'm going to use these blocks to serve our biscuits or treats in the store, so that we don't use plates but we use something creative and also inspire someone else to upcycle and reuse. So I just move my hands around, press down with my free hand, and Tjhoko is my assistant filmer that will zoom in and show, remove excess. Certain areas can be darker than others. And I actually do want to create that contrast. This will also be a stunning idea for block art on a wall. I remove my stencil. How beautiful is this? And then I can take some sandpaper. This is just an idea. You can stop at this part. You don't need to sand. Sorry for the noise. And if you want to create something that has more of a worn, rustic look and feel, I can just sand a bit so that it actually looks like this was imprinted onto my surface. And there I have something slightly different, but more, yeah, I like it. It looks like it's part of the wood, not something that was done as an afterthought. What I will do next is I will wait now for this to dry. I am going to use it in my shop quite often, and I'm going to wash it after uses, clean it with sunlight liquid, dry immediately because it is wood. So I would apply our clear glaze. I'm just a bit concerned because it hasn't dried completely yet. But you mix the glaze, 3 parts glaze, 1 part cooled boiled water. That's what I have in here left over. The cooled boiled water is so that you can put any leftovers back into an airtight container and use at a later stage again. And you do the application with a damp microfiber cloth. If you haven't joined and subscribed to our YouTube channel yet, please go do it. On our YouTube channel, there are numerous videos where we show the glaze application. I am just afraid that I will smudge everything because nothing has cured yet. Some inspiration. We have stenciled some wax paper so that we will serve our treats on the wooden block, but also on a piece of wax paper that we can just throw away afterwards. So lovely idea for a gift or for a party theme. If you have a bridal shower or any party that you're preparing for, this is something that you can consider doing. Okay, I'm going to move now to our very colorful creative cupboard. That was the sneak peek for today's session. So look how beautiful this is, and this was actually done by Monica. Monica is my assistant in the store, and we will send out a picture to meet the team soon. And she has never painted before, and she did this cupboard on her own. How beautiful is that? She already left to go home, so I can't even introduce you now, but we will soon. Okay, so on this side, I'm just going to share some tips. This is now for the vinyl application. So there were questions previously, why do you need to paint first before you can adhere the vinyls? So you actually need a surface that's not porous so that the glue of the vinyl can stick properly. You don't need to apply 2 coats. You just need to paint a coat, wait your 4 hours, paint on undiluted clear glaze onto the surface. So first step, let's do it together, is paint. So let's share some tips when it comes to painting. Painting is like coloring in. You first do the outline. And what I also love to do is to work with a brush and a roller. We see so often that a foam roller is temperamental, especially if you are not used to painting, then a mohair roller is much easier to use. I'm going to show step by step. So I'm quickly outlining. And remember, it's paint. You need to have fun. You need to have fun. Enjoy the process. See potential. And knock on our doors if your ideas have run out. So if I want to remove any unevenness, I'll put this on my lap. I very lightly press with a dry foam roller. And this removes any streakiness. So now I know everything is outlined properly. Any streakiness is removed, although a mohair roller really gives a very smooth and even application. I paint the remaining. Remember now, I'm going to apply vinyl on here, so it doesn't need to be perfect. And take my dry foam roller, roll onto my surface. I hardly apply any pressure. If you see air bubbles appear, that's quite normal. I will just press lightly to remove them. There's no breeze in my room. And this is actually easier if you are not acquainted with the use of a foam roller. Once again, on our YouTube channel, there are videos where I show the application with a foam roller, but for today, that is more than sufficient, and it's beautiful and even finish. Okay, this side has been done already. And what I will do next, and I'm going to show but not show because it has been done already. Just let me get my glaze. So this is my clear glaze. I will use it in its undiluted form, just as it is. This actually helps with the gripping of your vinyl paper. So what you will do is you will paint undiluted glaze 4 hours after you've painted your section and allow to dry for 48 hours. And then you will simply, as we've done on the front of the cupboard, we've just already completed the step. I have measured my vinyl paper. I just want to see how we measured so that I stick the right side. Okay, so I have measured my vinyl paper to fit into my space. It works like Decifix for those of you that have covered books, plenty of books in my lifetime. So what I do is I just remove a section. Tjhoko, you do zoom in there. Okay, just want to make sure that I had to cut another piece because this is a 30 by 30 centimeter vinyl. I make sure it's nice and even. Only press down that section. And now I hold and I pull at the back while I press down. Slowly but surely, working my way downwards. if your furniture piece is uneven and you need to cut out any areas that are not flat, you can make use of a Stanley blade. Like for instance in the crevices, I'm lucky my piece is quite straight. And then I will just repeat the pattern over there. Same process applies. Okay. Tjhoko says I must show the back side, the backing. Show. So Tjhoko is well known in St. Francis as the guy with a list that goes to spa. So Tjhoko does the spa duties for us, and then when he walks into the spa, the ladies shout out his name and they are so glad to see him. And then they will ask, Tjhoko, what is on your list today? Because I sent him to the spa with a list. And then he will tell them what is on his list. And so they asked him the one day, so who makes all these lists? And he said, my mom. She's the one that gives me all these lists for all the things I need to buy. And then they said, what does your mom do? And his reply was, she sits and makes lists. So I'm the list lady that sends my son to spa. Okay, so I will make sure the pattern repeat is nice and neat, that you don't see the repeat. Remove any unwanted pieces, and then you will have a very unique furniture piece in very easy steps. Something unique. You don't need to have any creative talent. We've already done the thinking part for you. And for this technique we used Vaseline. There are videos on our YouTube channel, and you need to ask questions so that we know what to show next. My tip for the week is that you need to be the message of hope that the world most probably needs at this point. I'm not going to go into world news for the day. We need to spread a message of hope where it's needed. And we need to inspire each other, motivate each other, and make each other feel happy. I said to Kelly today when we went to refuel the car, your life is filled with so many opportunities to make a difference. Doesn't matter where it is and when it happens, but you shouldn't let any opportunity pass you by to make someone else feel good and appreciated for the job they do. So let's use that message for the week to come. Stay creative, and then I can't wait to be back next week with some more ideas. And then let me quickly, I'm going to take the phone and just give you a sneak peek of what the store looks like so far. Okay, so we've worked hard. Let me share some inspiration with you. So we've painted walls, we've done shop fitting, sourced wood. That was quite a challenge, coming from Joburg to a coastal town where everything is so new. And I do want to share this with you. I'm going to just give me that Tjhoko. My pride and joy is the entrance of the store, and we have other stores similar to this, but this is my Tjhoko. So this is our Tjhoko store, and I can't wait to share it with others. Thank you for watching. Thank you for all the lovely support, and then I'm going to blow a kiss. Till next time. Bye.